So fun fact, I just got this from producer Taylor. I said your full name, dude. All right.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, doxed. I was listening to this today, and so these were the top selling comedians in 2024 for like tours. So Joe Coy, he's not in that sphere of influence.
Really?
Adam
He's
Sandler,
still up there like that? Good
number
for Joe
10,
Coy.
dude. Yeah, he 83 shows and he sold 368,000 tickets, grossed 26 million. That's pretty good.
I'm kind of proud of
Is
him for
that
that.
just domestic? Because he's kind of like an international guy.
It probably is international.
Yeah.
I bet it's all sales, but still, I mean, you gotta have that reach.
Yeah,
Still pretty good.
I ain't denouncing it. I just think that's probably where some of those numbers are coming from.
For sure. Adam Sandler was 9.
Really?
Yeah. 27,261,000 tickets, 26 shows.
I'd go to his show.
Adam Sandler's.
I didn't even know he did shows.
Oh yeah, dude. He incorporates music in his shows too.
Yeah,
He
always
has. He's got. Yeah. He's always done some like good
Watch
goofy
me whack
songs.
off.
Seinfeld, weirdly, 27.8 million, 199,000 tickets in 36 shows.
I would never go to that.
Trevor Noah. That one kind of
I
surprised
don't know
me.
who that is.
That's the guy that
surprises me.
he was the one that ended up hosting the Daily Show after Jon Stewart left for a while.
South African guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of. I mean, he's
Is
not
it the one
not funny.
with the glasses that kind of looks weird?
This guy, I'm gonna show you.
John Oliver.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
John.
John Oliver.
John Oliver's
Oh.
great. I love John.
Oh
Oliver.
yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
John Oliver's top notch. I do like some Last Week Tonight if you ever watched it.
I've seen some clips.
Bert's at 6. So Bert is one in that sphere of influence. Sebastian Maniscalco, is that how you say his name?
He's funny.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit from him.
What's he look like?
That's this guy.
I don't recognize
I've
that
not
name.
watched a lot.
He's got a distinct.
I'm pretty
accent.
sure Nate Bargatze's probably in that top 5.
He's got a distinct accent, like just total like New Yorker. Maybe he's like New Jersey. I can't remember. He's
He's a
Italian,
Yank.
but yeah.
Yeah, Cat Williams, number 4. I didn't know that,
Okay.
but that's
I
not
like
surprising.
Cat Willows.
I'd totally go see him live.
Yeah.
Gabriel Iglesias, number 3.
Good for him. I love Gabriel.
Fluffy.
Matt Rife, that makes sense.
I don't know who that is.
Still trendy. Matt Rife, the good looking comedian.
He's yeah.
Does
he's
a lot
got
of
all the
crowd
women's
work.
Fucking pussy's wet.
Yeah, it does.
He's-
Might have had a little work done. We don't know.
well, it's
He's still
because
funny,
you're dry,
You
man.
say he might what?
So he might have had a little work done. We don't
I'm
know.
sorry, it's too easy. Low hanging fruit.
I mean,
I
but
did walk into it.
but his thing is a lot of people clown him for doing crowd work, and it's like that's still funny.
That's kind of the thing now.
It is.
Yeah, like that's
But he blew up on like TikTok and a lot of short stuff.
most YouTubers. I feel like
You might have
that's
seen
kind of
that
the
guy.
thing.
That's
Oh,
Matt
yeah,
Rife.
yeah, I know who he is.
Okay. And then Nate Bargatze was one.
He's got those
Really?
fucking weird,
Yeah.
those
No, dude,
weird.
Even
nameless-
my mom was sending me.
Oh, my parents love Nate Bargatze.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like
Because he's clean. He's a clean comedian.
he is.
Yeah.
He's kind of the
That's hard
without
to
the
beat.
puppets, a Jeff Dunham kind of type.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Jim Gaffigan of today.
That was a good. We saw Jimmy Gaffigan live.
Gaffigan
Jimmy
was
Gaffigan was good.
Honestly,
His last special was good.
comedians that can stay clean are almost more impressive.
That-
In a
yeah,
way,
that's
they
really
are.
hard to do.
Who was it? We would get on. What's his name? Was clean.
Brian Regan?
Yeah, Brian Regan, dude.
Brian Regan.
Brian Regan's a great comedian. He's pretty
Brian
clean.
Regan is good.
Yeah.
He's,
Who was number 1?
Nate Bargatze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze's number 1 right now. But yeah, that was. I was just saying that like of those, there's only like one that's in like the Rogan sphere of those 10, which kind of surprising.
I'm surprised more of those.
I
All
feel
those
like
guys don't do
if
more.
Shane Gillis
Shane
if
Wood.
he busted his ass, he probably could get up there. I don't think he's like.
Shane
He's kind of hilarious.
definitely could, and he might this year with his tour. But Shane could be successful even without Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
He could,
probably.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think
that's-
that definitely put him in another level, but it.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree
I'm just saying, like he could hold his own.
for sure.
Shane's funnier than Bert.
Shane's funnier than Bert.
Shane's
Shane-
funnier
I
than
would
Bert.
argue Shane's funnier than all those guys.
Probably, honestly, Shane probably is funnier than
I
Nate,
think I disagree.
Nate has the best like his attitude towards comedy is like I feel like Nate's like the most like true stand-up comedian. Like Shane is just kind of like a dude. He's
Yeah.
just being a dude, like he's just funny. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like Nate like leans into the fact that like his whole personality and everything, like it just lends to him being like a true stand-up comedian. The fact that he doesn't have to cuss and like
Yeah,
talk about-
it's more in the art rather than it is the personality in a way.
Oh, because he has almost zero personality.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
what-
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Shane's got a lot of funny personality. honestly.
Who am I thinking? Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo's funny.
That's an
The
actor.
whole, the whole.
No. Oh yeah, it is. He kind of actually the guy I'm thinking of does he kind of looks like Mark Ruffalo a little bit.
Norman.
Mark Norman. He kind of looks a little bit like Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, Mark Norman. Mark Norman's good.
I'd like to see the whole.
What's that part when he punched Thor?
Yeah, through Loki. Gets down.
That was funny.
Mark Ruffalo's hilarious. Yeah, Mark Norman.
He does have they do kind of have similar looks to him.
They do.
Comedy.
Comedy. Mark Norman though. Mark Norman's funny.
But he's also definitely in that Rogan
He kind of is. Yeah.
stratosphere. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he is.
Yeah.
Another one though that could survive without it. Mark Norman, Pete. Who was the other one? Or Pete? Lord, I can't. Shane. Bill Burr, still good. Bill Burr's still funny. I like some Bill Burr. I think Bill Burr's still pretty grounded.
I love that he hates Tony. I think that's hilarious.
Dude, honestly,
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
But yeah, he
I
doesn't like the
hate.
premise at all.
Honestly,
No, that's-
I find some of the stuff on Kill Tony pretty funny, but I do not like him.
He's a prick for sure.
Dude, like,
I think he would even tell you.
I
That.
think
Yeah,
he walks
it's-
around with it too. Wears it on his shoulder.
it's like, dude, I would not want to hang out with you.
I was actually just talking about that with my brother because he's also a huge Kill Tony fan. I keep up with. I was watching on my way here, and he's one of those celebrities that I would not want to run into. Like, there's certain celebrities you're like, I would love to meet that guy. Yeah,
No.
Tony Hinchcliffe, I would not want to see out in public.
But Kill Tony is a good show.
Yeah,
It's a
but
great show.
it's
It's a great
the
show.
show is good because of other things happening in the show.
They are, but
If it was like
he
Kill
plays his.
Baba, then I think it'd still be good.
I don't know
watched it
though. I
recently?
think he plays his role well though.
Have you watched it recently?
I haven't. Honestly, the last one I watched was the one we were in Atlanta,
Yeah,
and
that
that
was
one
good.
was
Honestly,
that was
don't get me
great.
wrong.
It's honestly
And
fell
he's got
off
some
a little-
moments,
It's
but-
fell off a little bit since then.
Has it?
I don't know
Oh.
what's happened, and not that it's gotten like
Well, he
No,
said some
not
mean
bad.
things about an
It's
island of
just-
people.
what's happened. That was pretty funny. What's happened?
Oh wow! Wow, that was crazy.
Hey, are we recording?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, we're all done.
All right, cool.
There's been enough people that sign up for the show that just aren't good.
Okay, so too many bad acts.
There's been a lot. Like, there's not been very many just great bucket pools. lately.
Okay.
And the guests have been a little. I don't know. They've just phoned it in a little bit. Like, I think it'll pick back up, but they just had such a good string of shows there for a while with like Shane Gillis. And
Yeah, when we were
Ray
down in
and them.
Atlanta, honestly, dude, that was a fire episode.
Dude, I was crying at that episode. That was
That made me actually enjoy the entire premise, and I never even like listened to any of those
No.
guys.
well. It's one of. It seems like one of those shows too. When you're in the chaos of bucket pools,
Yeah.
and you can get some bad comedians, it feels like you're going to ebb and flow. That just seems like kind of part of the course of the show, but also kind of what makes it interesting. I don't know if this applies. Nerd theory here, but there was a study done on like music albums, and they said that what's weird is artists that tend to like ebb and flow with album releases, as far as like kind of like popular to unpopular music, somehow tend to do better in the long run, because it's almost like it almost like tops itself, if that makes sense. Like when it starts to kind of come back,
I guess
then
it gives
kinda,
it more room for something else to be better.
exactly.
Yeah.
It kind of lets it breathe a little bit, which
Well, that makes sense. All of life does that, dude.
there you go. That's what I'm saying. So I think you're right. I think it'll come back.
It is kind of impossible to
Just keep going
barely
up.
top something every single time.
Yeah, there's always a ceiling to something.
Right.
There's always a ceiling. You got to have a drop off, and then you got to try to hit that ceiling again, and with capture something new. Because like anything else in entertainment in this whole world, people get bored of it. This is gonna happen. So, comedy. All right, you want to talk about some movies?
Yeah, let's talk about some movies.
All right, what's some good movies you've seen lately? Because
Lately?
you go to the theater like once a week. It feels like I'm over here trying to like. I'm more of a TV show guy, but I try to like. Yeah.
Once a week is pretty harsh. It's like sometimes
wrong?
3 times a week.
That's
That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, you're
sometimes-
basically you could be a film critic if you want to be.
Yeah, honestly. But sometimes I don't even go at all. 1 week depends. It just depends on what's there. Last movie we seen was Nosferatu, and
So a remake
it was a remake
of the old. Has there been one in the middle, or is it like the
No, I
old
think that was-
Nosferatu and then this
I think there was
might
only
have
2.
been one in '94.
one in '94 maybe?
Yeah, I don't remember that one, but that makes
Never
sense. 'Cause
seen it.
There's a lot of vampires then. That was big in the culture. The '90s vampires was sick. Speaking of which, Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, man.
You know, it's sad. You know, my only like connection to Nosferatu, besides the fact that I know it's a highly touted movie, is SpongeBob.
Dude, I was talking about
It's him
that
flipping the
other night.
damn light switch.
Well, Matt was telling me about like the old movie and like how the story went, and it was almost like exactly the same. And I was like, dude, the only thing I could think of right now was that SpongeBob thing.
Yeah.
So, oh, Nosferatu.
The director even said like he wanted to thank SpongeBob because he introduced
Yeah.
Nosferatu to a whole like new
Generation.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool.
I kind of want to go out of my way to see the old one just because I
Oh, it's
appreciate.
super old. Like it's like black and white. I think. Actually.
That's fine. There's
I
some
mean,
good black and white
by,
films.
by all means, watch
One
it.
of the best Christmas movies of all time is in black and white.
What
It's a
was
Wonderful
that?
Life.
Hey, honestly, that is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
I really like that movie.
But what was it you were saying earlier? Because you brought up Nosferatu, not on here, but what was it you were saying earlier about it that you kind of felt irked you just a little bit on the plot?
It wasn't like necessarily the plot, but it was like a societal, like a spiritual lesson per se.
Let me in. Describe it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm not
let's-
seeing it. Let me
okay,
in.
so
Yeah.
and this
Spoilers.
is true on some things, and I think this is incorrect on a lot of ways that we perceive and understand things. But basically, like on the spiritual side of like breaking down the movie, because there's a lot of ways to break it down, but like there's a lesson and everything too.
Of course.
But the lesson I got out of it almost was just like surrendering to the evil. And I was just like, oh, that's not a good enough answer for me.
Well, what do you mean by surrendering to the evil?
Well,
like expand on that.
Spoilers.
Yeah, all spoilers. This is full of spoilers if
Okay,
you've not
so-
seen any of these movies.
Basically, it's just reminiscent of the plague, like in
Like the early
The
days.
whole story is like got the parallel of that. Him coming into Britain and everything was basically the plague coming in.
Okay.
That was like how the story was happening.
So that's what it kind of represents as
Yeah, the
Okay, the
alchemical
parallel.
side and the like spiritualness of everything, and like just it meant multiple things at one time.
yeah.
Because you had this rich guy on a boat coming in and bringing in a bunch of filthy disease that wiped people out, and they thought it was demonic or whatever it may be. There was a curse that this woman basically. This is one of the main characters. I forget her name. Do you remember her name?
Not really.
Okay, well, I don't
Yeah,
really care
just look
about
it
her
up.
name.
We'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And she basically invited him in the mental realm, I guess you could say, in her weak state because she was lonely.
Well, you got to invite the vampire in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
not in like coming into the house, but like that's one thing. When you're feeling lonely or whatever, blah blah blah. But like towards the end of the movie, the conclusion was that she's just gonna surrender into his bed. Huh?
Spoiler.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all spoilers.
Yes.
No, the whole episode is
This-
spoilers.
This is
If you've not
spoilers.
seen any of these movies, it's all spoilers.
Just
Heads up.
Can we get one of those flashes at the beginning? Because
Yeah.
we're about to hit.
But anyway, as you're saying, so inviting him in.
Yeah, and she's basically lonely in that sense, being a woman and everything, and not actually found love. In
Typical
somebody.
lonely women.
And she just invites the devil in, basically.
Okay.
And that's just only within like a metaphysical sense, not like physically.
Yeah.
This is before he ever actually arrives. But the man ends up going all the way over there into Transylvania, where he's actually at. Orlok is his name in the movie. But, and his she's married to the guy, and he actually has a locket that has her hair, and that's how he gets like with it. He's like, oh, I'm after that.
Okay.
I'm about to go get that tang.
Yeah.
I'm about to go over there, and I'm going to spread my rat disease to
About to
everybody.
suck that blood.
Honestly,
What week is it? Anyway, continue.
I did like the it was still vampire-y, but it wasn't like what we've made of vampires. 'Cause
Yeah, it wasn't just
Nosferatu
cliche.
is, like, different.
Yeah.
It's like a different thing happening. It's not truly like Dracula-esque. It's its
Okay.
own like thing. But the
That's
way
good.
that he like this morbid creature would suck its blood is like literally he would go directly to like the heart thing, which was dope.
Probably a good place to
Honestly-
start.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where
it is.
richest, nicest blood's at. But he would like literally bite there and stuff. But and don't get me wrong about everything else in this movie is awesome. The imagery and everything and the way it looks tied together. Dude, whoever directed that, I was such a fan of everything they had going on.
We're getting a check on that.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Check your email, by the way.
Oh, so
Robert Eagers.
who?
Robert Eagers.
Shout out Robert Eagers.
Check your email.
Hmm?
Check your email.
Check my email.
Yeah, continue
Okay.
talking.
Continue talking. Okay.
Uh,
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Well, you have
All
to
right.
shut up. But so he ends up coming there on a ship, and basically the entire ship turned into a plague ship because he was on it, and all the rats and everything. And then it finally crashed and blah blah blah, and his curse came out upon the land. And just to fast forward some more, the solution wasn't anything else. It was basically to surrender and let him just
Just
do
let
whatever
him
he-
do whatever.
So and that was that ended the curse because she apparently brought it on because she invited in that devil-esque thing.
Well, she tricked him.
Yeah, I know. It just, they had a contract because
Okay.
it was very legal-esque, which is cool.
Yeah.
They had a lot of cool things there, but it just irks me on a spiritual level. Just
Spiritually, does it bother you because in other words, was that message coming across of just kind of let it in, let it happen?
basically it was rapey.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It sounds kind of rapey.
But this isn't part of the story of that. But it's just because I like alchemy a lot, you know, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of alchemy talk in the movie too, and everything. And
what was
a lot of-
the year this took place in the movie?
Oh, I actually do not know that.
Okay.
It was whenever the bubonic plague was big.
Oh, so this was no automobiles. This was
22. I looked at
1922,
the original film.
Yeah.
That's when it came out, but it was
No.
1838.
based in 1838. Okay. Sorry, I just want.
Yeah, no, this was before it was all horse carriages, no cleanliness. Rats were a problem. They would come in and bite each other, and
Okay.
everybody would die. And then they burn the bodies.
So basically, Nosferatu is a representation of kind of the plague
yeah,
taking
and a curse,
over,
you know.
and a curse on this town, and this woman that let him in. What was the resolution?
Well, the resolution that's the problem that I had with it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What?
It was just the one thing because that movie honestly was great, but that one thing was just gross. But she just laid down and let him go to town, and that was it.
Oh, you're right. It does sound rapey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess she consented there, but she had a husband and stuff, and I guess you could argue what else you do. I didn't like that part. That was just
Well, the
not-
entire point was she was tricking him into going all night long and then getting
Well,
burned alive by the sunlight.
I still
There you
understand
go.
that. It was a trick there, but still, it's just
If you were being raped by a vampire, keep it going because the sun will come out tomorrow.
sun will come out.
The sun will come out tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, but that was just
That was okay. So you
And that was-
you just didn't like the solution of how
Yeah, the
she
solution-
resolved to
and
get
that was already
okay.
in the writing, anyways, of the
Yeah.
original, from what I understand. But I just was just
Would you say though that maybe sometimes that
is that really how we have to break the curse? We just let
well,
the vampire.
well, no.
fuck us?
No. Maybe there's a flip side to it though. Maybe it's sometimes you have to eat shit and go through it to see the sun the next day to
Well,
get
she
through
died
it.
too.
Well, but she saved the town for the greater good.
Okay, this is true.
For the
There
greater
was a
good.
greater good there.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe that doing evil is going to bring good. That's the problem I have, is that is a misconception.
Okay. All right. Hold on. What if?
Otherwise,
okay, parallel.
our brother Luigi would be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he is. We don't know. Parallel here. I'm going to try to make a parallel here.
Okay.
Thinking about it. So, The Dark Knight,
Okay.
for example.
Yeah.
So, in The Dark Knight,
Another Batman.
another vampire-esque in the shadows.
debonair.
He had to take the brunt of being perceived as doing bad to be able to preserve the good. Correct?
Well, see, those parallels I don't think really add up the same way because he's beaten up something, that can physically change whatever, and it's really weird and irky to me that because those don't add up, like the lack of loyalty versus the other one, because it felt like
but it's for a bigger cause though. It sounds like I've not seen the film.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that she's taking on, even though this thing is bad and she knows it's bad,
Yeah.
she's
See,
accepting
I
it.
You're saying. I just
I know.
not like that.
I know, but it is kind of a good little moral quandary of thinking of like of in a way that you would say higher purpose.
Would I say that?
Yeah, you would. You would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I know exactly what you're saying.
You're
it still was just like, really, of all the things that we could maybe do, we're just gonna let him do it to us.
It's her trolley problem.
It is her trolley problem, and I get the solution, and I understand why that may be the case, and under that guise of that logic in that movie and whatnot, it's cool. But what was like a 10 out of 10 to me dropped to like a 9 because I'm just
what would you have, what would you have rather been like if you had an alternative?
Answer,
you don't have an alternative ending that would have been a way
the
to
writing that I would want to do it as. It's just
sounds like a little bit of sacrifice.
it is, but the thing is, like, maybe we should start with our day-to-day activities and not invite just evil into our lives. We could go ahead and do that.
Yeah, but sometimes people fuck up though.
They do,
and they invite evil in.
They do.
And then whenever the evil is invited in, sometimes there is only
do
one
not
way
like the
out.
solution.
And the willing to sacrifice for the greater good once that evil is invited in, sometimes may be the only solution.
That's true. That's why I don't.
And that's a better solution than allowing it to continue in fester.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But it makes me ick.
Yeah.
It gives me the ick. And I don't.
A lot of life can give you ick.
I felt like I got the plague a little.
Yeah, that's good. That's how they want you to feel. This whole world is filled with plague constantly.
Plague, honestly.
Yeah. So fun fact, I just got this from producer Taylor.
He beat
Yeah,
me
I
in.
said your full name, dude. All right.
Whoa!
Oh.
Whoa!
Doxed. So
what's your address?
This says the original Nosferatu film almost didn't exist because it was an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, leading to a copyright lawsuit that resulted in the court order to destroy all copies of the movie. However, a single print survived, allowing the film to endure a classic of silent cinema today. So,
I didn't even realize it was silent.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
that
even
old.
know that.
It's
Wow.
so old. They were like, "Don't speak."
Yeah, no, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's one of those
There,
things.
two things we had silent back in the day, dude, and that was film and that was women. All right, so
Thank you for your insightful position.
times have changed.
You think it was a better time back in those movies?
I just said it's a different time. Just a different time. You know,
At least for imagination.
it does. It's relative.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
So that's cool though. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that spot because I thought I watched it a long time ago, but the more I think about it, I'm not sure if I ever actually watched it or if I just seen random pieces of it like randomly through like school projects or whatever it may have been through time.
They're talking about Nosferatu,
Yeah.
the original. Now, I've literally just seen it through SpongeBob. that's my relation to the film. But however you
SpongeBob.
introduce, it's him.
Nosferatu. That's such a random thing, dude.
It's great though.
I know.
That's why OG SpongeBob was great and new SpongeBob sucks. It's little things like that.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
These poor shows. They don't get the love like they used to either.
They don't, man. They don't get the it's just not as clever, like in the writing and the jokes.
Well, I don't think they get much funding anymore. The way that the internet works and stuff
Probably not. Just put it out quick, get it out.
and whatever.
Well, film's the same way.
Yeah.
Films are so sectored off now. Like you don't have huge funding going into what would be like good script. Like they just want blockbuster fucking Marvel hits.
I know.
Like-
I really like Marvel movies.
Oh, I do too. It's just
It's too much
saturated
of the sector right now, and I wouldn't mind it if more people were like in the party. You know, like if we still had the normal amount of Marvel movies, but we had other people actually doing other creative things. I think we'd have a healthier environment.
we'll get to like 2055, dude, and we'll have Spider-Man into the cock and balls, and it's just Spider-Man as sperm, and it's just fighting off other sperm to get to the egg or some bullshit. That's what I'm waiting on.
I'm sure somebody's made a video of that.
It's definitely what's the rule? Catch or not catch 22? That's not it. What is it?
I mean, okay, so there's a few rules, but
what's the rule of
Rule 34?
That's just that's to do with corn, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's corn. Yeah,
on the cob.
Never mind. That's right. I forgot. That's a corn rule. Well, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying there could be that could be like a little post-credit scene. You know what I'm saying?
There's some video of something like that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some video of Spider-Man and sperm somewhere.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
We will not investigate any further.
No, but that's my point though. You don't get like Good Will Hunting type movies made nowadays.
Yeah, no. Me and my buddy Matt over here, we've actually talked about the lack of like blue collar family-esque movies existing. Like just a normal day-to-day like, you know, E.T. was like one of the last times I can remember, and I'm sure there's stuff after it, but like you look at a movie and you're like, wow, that guy's a relatable person on a day-to-day. He could be just like you and me instead of like everything we get now is like some ritzy rich kid. Like no matter what, their family's well off, something's happening.
I'm trying to think the last one.
From a normal, I don't even know what we call that. What do we call that?
A Family Guy. What'd you say? Just say it.
I don't know which end you were talking about. I thought you were talking about. I was going to say privileged. I thought that's.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
The other end. Of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
down to earth.
Like the
Right.
more real, huh?
The hoi polloi.
The salt of the earth.
We don't have a Hank Hill.
It's
in a movie form.
It's you could tell that all the producers are all ritzy ditzies, unconnected.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing is I think a lot of them are one unconnected, but two they also think that the idea is entirely to sell on what do you call it? Fantasy and
I mean, I love fantasy.
and disconnecting
but
from reality.
I love like a story coming into reality too, and kind of meshing the two.
No, it's good.
Jurassic
It's a lot
Park
better.
We talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Like you seen that, and that was one of the big things we were talking about. It was like on the cusp of being like, well, maybe they could do that tomorrow. You know, it was just believable enough,
Dude.
just enough.
I still think the perfect movie. It's so good.
Honestly, it probably was one of the best movies.
Like the film score is good. Was that what's his name from Star Wars?
John Williams.
John Williams, and then Steven Spielberg, of course.
doing the killer track, dude.
Yeah, killer from the music to the scenes to basically every line to every like action in the movie and every act. Like it's all just ties together meaningfully and just to a common goal. So that's the thing is a lot of times now, and don't get me wrong, I'm more of a TV show guy. But now, to be able to sum that up in like an hour and a half to 2 hours and make it all meaningful while still like pushing the story along.
That's hard to do.
It is so hard to do. And it just shows how just a good piece of
people's
art it is.
Attention span, too, is hard for them to consume that. Because I don't mind a 3-hour-long movie, but you talk to normal people most of the time, they're like, I ain't doing that.
If it's good, I don't care. Even if it's got a couple dead parts in it, it's like as long as it connects, I can deal with it. Like
I love stuff like that, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah, the last 3-hour movie I probably saw was Oppenheimer. That was last summer.
I forgot that was even 3 hours.
Oh, dude, it was a long movie. It was good though.
Dude, there's this one movie that is honestly a lot of people might hear this and be like, "What the heck are you?" See, I've always liked dinosaurs a lot, but they had this one movie. It was called Dinotopia, and they cut it into 3 pieces. And each piece was like an hour and a half long, but the movie was like 4 hours long if you put them all together.
Okay.
Dude, it was so good. I loved everybody. The CGI was terrible, but I loved every piece of it though because I've always loved that kind of. It was fun.
It wasn't a movie, but they did the Apple. What's the nature series? I'm gonna look it up. Apple basically did like their nature documentary stuff. where like the guy, the British dude, that's like the Peruvian condor gets out its egg and then it drops it on the ground. That guy talks like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, though. That guy. I'm gonna look at what it is, but whatever that apple dinosaur.
Oh, I think I know what you're saying.
David Attenborough.
Prehistoric Planet.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that was good because what they did was they took one great CGI, but they took like what our updated understanding is of dinosaurs at that time
Gave him feathers.
and they put it in like a nature documentary.
Dude, speaking of that, I seen this video that somebody edited of Jurassic Park.
Yes.
I was just talking about that.
Yes.
Yeah, they had the raptors all like decked out as like actual
the
raptors.
feathers, dude. Yeah,
And dude, it looks sick, honestly. And then he like popped up and he's like, I don't have enough production for the T-Rex yet.
yeah. I wondered if he was trying to say this wouldn't be as terrifying. He was like, that'd be so terrifying still.
Honestly, a giant, yeah. I mean, I can imagine that probably would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
Those feathers are not going to take away from those giant teeth.
No.
Like,
but the raptor, I think that was like a cool scene that stuck with me. Is like the raptor claw from Jurassic Park. How he's with it and he's like taunting the kid with it in the beginning or like scaring him with it, but then later he like gets rid of it as like the kids are like laying on him, like while he's in the tree and stuff. Just kind of like that progression of like him as a person, I guess.
That's another thing
cool.
too I kind of like about that movie because they didn't really know what was going on yet in terms of like the science and everything, but just to like kind of enhance their world a little bit, which they didn't mean to do, but because they mixed all the DNA with like frog DNA, so.
That was a good plot point.
Where the feathers went.
Yeah, that's what they even said in the movie.
Yeah, well,
weirdly enough,
one though, right? Or
no. In that movie, I'm pretty sure. Didn't Malcolm at one point say like these aren't dinosaurs? These are like some kind of monsters or something like that.
Because also, like, that's what made the female and the male be able to reproduce because the frogs being able.
Well, the frogs could change their sex.
Yeah, when they needed to.
If they needed to, exactly. It's like, no, you didn't recreate dinosaurs exactly. Dinosaurs are gone. You created
something else.
You Frankenstein dinosaurs, basically.
Yeah,
and it shows. Which again, that's just a great point of the movie. It's just like what man thinks they can control and what they just can't.
Oh no! What a good movie.
So good. I was trying to go through this top 50.
What was the last movie that you ever watched? Like in the last month or two?
Man, maybe.
The one that you watched with us?
No. I watched Interstellar again after I went with you all because Interstellar is such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I rewatched the newest Batman because of the Penguin series.
I did. I watched the Batman after that. And honestly, I think I might be crucified for this, but I think I like this Batman more than any Batman.
More than the Dark Knight? More than
those Dark
Nolan's?
Knight, that's cool. Everything's cool, but I like the menacing, like, nature and, like, cinematography in this movie more. I like he's just, like, kind of just walking up and everybody's, like, kind of doesn't understand yet. And then they're kind of just realizing, like, uh-oh.
Dude, there's only one scene. I know I've said this before. There's only one scene that cracks me up in that Batman movie, and that's whenever Commissioner Gordon is like quizzing or what do you call it? Interrogating Penguin, and he just like he's like, "Open your eyes!" It's just like it's like a break. Just break. You just can't help but laugh at it. But no, I agree. I think it was better than the Affleck Batman. By far.
Yeah,
it still doesn't top. We'll see how the second movie comes out. I think it's due out maybe
Affleck?
No.
Oh, okay.
With Pattinson.
Well,
another Pattinson
I have a lot of
Batman.
faith with what's going on here.
I think so too, especially after the Penguin
director and
miniseries.
Stuff that's going on because he did the Penguin also. That director is the same guy.
So good.
So with those two things together, I'm having a good direction here,
dude. Well, we can talk about that because we watched that one. So the spinoff going from.
You finished, right? You finished?
Finished what?
You finished Penguin.
Yeah.
He's finished. I was going to say, he told me last time he finished Penguin.
I was about to say you're about to get it.
Spoiler alert.
I'm fine.
Yeah. I loved, and I know it's like kind of cruel and sad. I loved, spoiler alert, at the end when he kills him.
Oh man, me
What's
too.
his name?
I don't remember the boy's name. I knew it because it like symbolized his last bit of humanity and him getting too close to like he called him family and he was just like Well, all right.
Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
Yeah, he chokes and kills Victor, and you're like, that's right. You're just a cruel, selfish son of a bitch villain. You just fulfills it. It fulfills
honestly, that's the thing I like about this Penguin too. It's like it's a little more, different from the comics, but like he has that gift of gab, and he has that like just slimy getting out of situation talking.
Yep.
That Penguin is so good at doing. And man, oh man, did he really fulfill that.
Yeah, dude. And of course, Colin Farrell just plays it like a genius.
Bro, I did not know. I'd seen another video of him in something else, and I'm like, that's the same guy?
Yeah.
Like,
that makeup work, dude.
I
don't know if they got awards for that or not, but...
They better, man. Like something. There needs to be some recognition.
Yeah, I love that. The fact that he wouldn't even, like... Even his own mother, he just wouldn't admit to like killing his brothers, to any of that. He just, it's perfect.
I just need mommy's love.
Yeah.
There's nobody else here but me.
Went very Freudian, didn't it?
Yeah.
It got very Freudian very quick. So good.
Yeah.
But I think you're right though. I don't know. I'll wait before I make that judgment because I did like the first one. Of course, Batman Begins is probably
that's fair.
Yeah, Batman Begins is probably I liked it probably a little more than Batman Begins. So if that's the first of each series, and then it's got this follow-up mini-series.
Because the first two Batmans from the Nolan series were dope, and honestly...
Did you not like Rises?
It was okay.
See, I liked Rises. I liked Rises.
It was the lowest point of all the movies.
You think so? You think it was worse than Begins?
Yeah.
Maybe. I still like.
They were kind of in a predicament because of everything that happened.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I thought what's his name though was just a good actor.
He's a good actor, but I hated him as Bane. Honestly,
really?
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
I didn't like. He wasn't Bane. He was some terrorist guy. Bane likes to get juiced up. He
looked pretty juiced up.
Straight
up broke his back.
Yeah, but there wasn't enough Venom talk and stuff. See, they kept that though, and that was cool.
They did. Yeah.
I just wanted some more juice. I wanted him to be like.
Did you ever watch Hardy in what's Peaky Blinders?
Actually, never watched Peaky Blinders.
Oh, you love Peaky Blinders too. Two things that you need to watch is Midnight Mass and Peaky Blinders. Because Peaky Blinders, he plays.
I think I seen a video of them like cutting somebody's throat with his hat.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. They get the razor blades in their hat. Yeah, but he plays a Jewish fellow in there, and he's just very good.
Oh, he's a great actor, and honestly, in Venom too. The Venom movies aren't the best in the world, but they're honestly so fun.
But it's not because of him.
Not because of him.
Exactly.
There's just writing problems because Sony's.
I liked the first one. I never saw any after the first one.
I watched every single one of them. I'm confused at some of their choices, but I do like them.
Well, is there really a Marvel movie that you're not confused at some of the choices that you're just
honestly,
like...
there's some movies that are just hit for hit I love so much. Honestly, Spider-Man movies never miss for me. I honestly have liked every Spider-Man movie. Even with the poor choices like for Rhino in the second one.
Was that the Holland series?
No, that was
Garfield.
That was Garfield. Garfield was such a good Spider-Man.
Rhino was in the one with Jamie Foxx, right?
Yeah, he was a mech at the end, and they were setting up for the next movie, but then Sony.
I think I still like the Maguire ones better than the.
Honestly, Maguire ones are such a good place though. They don't miss. I love Spider-Man.
I thought they all three were good, and the third one gets shit on, and it wasn't great. I'm not saying it was like great, but
that
it
was a
bad.
fall off. But none of the actors were the problem. They just tried to squish too much stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
They made some weird choices with.
I like
Sandman was so good in that movie. Like
Goth Peter.
Yeah.
Goth Peter.
Paul Giamatti was Rhino.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
it's not. It wasn't even him. It's the way that they portrayed him.
Wasn't that the dude that wasn't he Santa Claus and Fred Claus?
Yeah, big fat liar.
Yeah.
You're right. He's in a lot more than Fred Claus. Thank you. You're right. Paul Giamatti gets a lot more credit than Fred Claus. Thank you for that. He's a great actor. He's great. I thought just Fred Claus.
Putting dirt on that man's name for no reason.
Oh yeah, the dude from Fred Claus. Oh, that's so disrespectful. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but But no, did you think the second one was the peak of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans?
Honestly, that second one was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah, the first one was great. Cool, period. But I think that the Doc Ock and everything in it was just... you're right, that was peak.
I think so.
That was peak.
I remember being a kid and just enthralled
I went
in
with
the
my
theater for that one.
grandfather. I remember that as a very fond memory. And we watched Spider-Man, and I just remember being like, whoa, this is way too cool.
Yeah.
I think without those Spider-Man 3 movies, those first ones with Tobey Maguire, I don't know if Marvel ever reaches that level that they did with like the Avengers and stuff.
I agree completely.
Not.
He set them up, to be honest, because Spider-Man carried. That's why everybody was fighting over Spider-Man for so long. Dude, he carries movies. Like,
Well, he's the. Well, do you think is he top? Is he top in the Marvel universe?
I think he's
over Iron Man.
Yeah,
Captain America.
absolutely. Yeah,
Thor.
yeah.
All of them. I think you're right. I agree
Everybody
with that.
loves Spider-Man because Spider-Man's everybody, dude.
That's true.
That's the whole thing about his writing. Is like,
No.
everybody could be Spider-Man. Spider-Man's poor, but he still does it. Like, Spider-Man's going. Spider-Man's doing his thing. He's
Have
trying
we
to
had a bad Spider-Man movie?
Bro, honestly, some of them might not have been that good compared to others, but I love Spider-Man movies. All of them.
I'd rather watch like a bad Spider-Man as like a She-Hulk.
You're right. A bad Spider-Man is better than a She-Hulk.
I've never seen it. I wouldn't know. I probably will never see it.
I watched it, but it was mediocre.
Well, see, I never
Some
watched.
was funny, but
I don't want to be that guy either because there are good.
I liked her too. It's not even her fault.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think it's more of the way that they tried to push it and portray everything.
I'm trying to remember a good female superhero movie I've watched. Just like sincerely, because I never watched Captain Marvel because I heard that there's no character evolution there. It's just all powerful. Superman in a way. It's
They kind of. That was a weird point too. I mean, let's go back in time a little bit. The Elektra stuff is really cool. Their TV show though, for like some of the female stuff, like Echo.
Okay.
That was dope. That had a female lead. She was deaf and everything, and that was good.
I've never seen it, but I heard WandaVision was really good.
Oh, WandaVision was very good.
I've heard WandaVision
I
was
love the
good. I've
Scarlet
not
Witch
seen
stuff
it yet.
and everything in it, and I get some flack for it too. I love the second Doctor Strange movie. It was so cool.
Was Black Widow good?
It was meh.
It was
They introduced Taskmaster.
I like her as a character in the Marvels.
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay.
They did. I think they introduced her sister. I forget her name in that movie, which I really like, and she's going to be in some of the newer movies too. And she's like the White Widow stuff. It's like
yeah.
She's going to be part of the Thunderbolts, I think is what the new movie is going to be called. It's like the ragtag, like not Avengers, but everybody's like kind of rough, It's got the Red Guardian, like the communist. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, honestly, I love him. He's such a good actor too. He's the same guy that plays in Stranger Things.
I tell you one,
and other things too.
And she ended up being kind of a villain in it. X-Men 3.
What, Rogue or not Rogue?
Jean.
Phoenix, yeah.
Jean, yeah. Whenever.
Yeah, she turned into the Dark Phoenix.
Yes, and he had to kill her.
Yeah,
that was good. I liked that.
That was a good storyline. See, the X-Men stuff.
I'm trying to give the women a bone here, but not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, there's a lot of cool women stuff out there. They haven't been getting any movies because.
Well, I just feel like they don't write their characters well. Like there's.
Okay, so let's step away from Marvel.
Yeah.
Dude, Kill Bill was
Kill Bill.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
So like Resident Evil 1, that one girl, I forget her name. That was in it. Like all those main female like characters and all the Resident Evil stuff. Those people are dope.
Is it Kate Beckinsale or is that another one?
I think so. She's gonna be in a new movie with Batista, and dude, I'm so excited. This looks like my movie I'm gonna watch. To be honest.
Okay.
Everything I ever see her in is so cool. She's that lady that has like the Fast Pass thing or whatever it's called, like the Sixth Sense. Is that the movie?
Is that the Sixth Sense? Is the one with That's the I See Dead People.
No, that wasn't that one.
Yeah.
No,
That's
this was the
definitely not.
alien one, whatever it was called.
Mia Jovovich was the first Resident Evil woman.
Oh, that's not her. I don't think. Maybe
No,
it's the
you're talking
second
about
one.
Claire Redfield.
No, that wasn't Claire. Was it?
Alice was Mila Jovovich.
Alice. Yeah, Alice. I love Alice. I'm not good with names. Yes, girl.
Yeah. That's okay.
She's cute.
She's cute. She's pretty cute.
She's cute. She's cute. Yeah, get that girl. Get that girl a trophy.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it, and I don't know. I'm not saying there's probably women in the writers' rooms for it. I just feel like for a lot of superhero movies, a lot of dudes.
There's a lot of random wokeness that isn't good because there's good women stuff out there.
No, there is. It's just bad.
It's bad when they force it.
Well, they just don't give them development. Like they
just immediately
they don't give them an arc.
Sue.
They're just all good and all powerful and woman power, and there's no character development. It's like that's so
everywhere all
disrespectful in a stupid way.
Yeah, everything everywhere all at once. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That main girl in it, she's a main character. Period. It follows her. She develops. This entire movie is such a masterpiece. If you've not seen it, I love it. It's so good.
You know, we mentioned the Oscars. I think that one won a bunch of awards.
It probably did, because that's Short Round was in it, and that's what brought it back. Dude,
Short Round from Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And he was in Loki also afterwards.
Okay.
And it was so good. I'm so proud of him being able to get back in and do his thing.
Way to go, Short Round.
Honestly, and he's in this new movie I want to see too. It's like Love Hurts.
Love Hurts.
Yeah.
Love Hurts.
It looks good.
Right.
I'm so excited for that.
If you had to give me because I haven't seen it, that's one you mentioned that I've also been interested in. Though, if you had to give me like a little summary of everything, everywhere, all at once, that makes it so good.
You want to hear this?
Is it just how
There's
everything's
everything
connected?
Everywhere.
All at once. Is it just how everything's connected?
Well, yeah. The story
Okay.
premise is, dude, it's a psychedelic trip.
Okay.
To be honest,
It
And
looked like a
it
psychedelic
kind of-
trip.
It totally is. It's on the premise of understanding your reality, and it's breaking down and understanding that nothing matters, and then you have to get rid of that nothing matters, and then go back into it that everything matters because you love each other.
Yeah. It's the classic everything matters and nothing matters all at the same time.
Dude, it's so good.
But
And
everything trumps
it talks
the
about
nothing. Okay.
multiversal things and just
Yeah.
the existence of everything, and you wouldn't get that off of watching like the first 5 minutes, and it's an intense.
It just goes
trip
into
once
it.
goes.
Okay.
It's so good. It's a little like corny, but in the best ways possible.
Okay.
It doesn't take itself too serious, but it just kills it with everything else.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. I'll check it out. That was one I'd meant to watch. I had a thought. Like
I don't know when that came out year wise, but that is definitely.
I think it was like 2 years ago.
That sits on top of my list right now.
22.
2 years ago. No, well, yeah.
It is so good.
3-ish, 2-ish.
And I'm thinking that's going to be a timeless movie now of just everything I think about.
Probably
all
will.
at once.
Dang, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if Interstellar was the last movie I watched. Which that's also a good
It is.
everything being connected kind of movie.
It's so cool, and that's another premise of you like exiting outside of time and then being able to look back in reflection and know what it really means to like love one another.
Murph.
It's good. It's got a good story there with that.
It does. I do like that premise. Of course, the thing that you have to look past it because it is such a good movie. Is just like you ain't swimming in a black hole, dude. Chill out. Like, that just ain't happening.
Have you been through one? You don't know that.
I guess you're right. You're right. Don't know. Don't know for sure, but probably
you don't even
not.
know if black holes actually do the things we think they do. We just
Yeah.
have theories about them.
Yeah,
And
we
massive
just
amounts of math that make sense.
we got a lot of math. A lot of math. We base a lot of things off math. But that being said, I can ignore that though because I don't care. It's just a good movie.
Oh yeah,
And-
no, just forgivable things like we talked about Jurassic Park, bro. That didn't happen.
No.
You know what I mean? That
No,
can't
no,
happen.
I know.
We knew afterwards that the half-life of DNA was way shorter than
what they were. Yep.
Yeah, after the fact. So, we could do it with mammoths. Apparently, I heard.
No, they think we will have mammoths by 2027.
Park.
I think that's what he even says in the movie. He's like, now if I brought back a pack of condors, you would not be sitting here. So yeah, and they're like, no, we wouldn't. You're right. You can bring back dodos. You can bring back mammoths. Just dinosaurs is a little different.
Yeah, that is way too.
Yeah. Well, we lived with mammoths. We lived with dodos. Well, those are things that
Dodos haven't even gone that long. Actually,
no, a few hundred years.
Which is kind of crazy to think. Because what are those big, giant birds that are on like that island that come up to people and literally can crack your skull open with one hit.
Pterodactyls?
Cassowaries.
Cassowary, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Cassowaries?
Yeah, get a look at that thing. You
How do
ever
you
seen
spell
one of
that?
that? You gotta watch that video of that person like sitting on the beach and literally comes up and is just like, and then walks away.
Cassowaries? Flightless birds?
I think this is it. Oh yeah.
Oh. So those things can just give you one peck and...
You know, yeah, you can get you out. Got a lot of force in that beak and neck.
They also have a giant claw.
The claw.
It's basically just a new dinosaur.
It is. I mean, birds are dinosaurs.
Birds are dinosaurs.
Even like ostriches, I wouldn't mess with an ostrich.
Those legs are powerful.
I think it'd be pretty fun to ride an ostrich though if you could ever get on one. Yeah.
You ever seen any Final Fantasy stuff? It's like the big chocobos. It's like yeah. They ride on those giant birds. They're a little bit ostrich-like, but not really.
Powerful things. See, that's what I'm saying. Don't fuck with dinos. Same thing. Don't fuck with birds. Not a bird fan.
Do they
That
mess
looks
you up?
terrifying.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Face. I'll let you put that face up.
That's...
Send me that, I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Take a peek at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That thing came at you
said,
going,
"Oh."
I saw it.
I'm so bad with technology.
Oh my
He
God.
touched it. He broke
As
it.
soon as you hand me something, it just goes away.
Our technical producer genius.
There you go.
Way to be delicate. You big palms, dude. That's that big fucking 6'6" frame over there trying to handle delicate technology.
Between Bigsby and the home screen, I
Shoot. I was going through this list though, because we've talked about a few of them. So, top 10 of all time, according to IMDb.
Do we trust him? Let's hear it.
They're pretty.
I'm gonna see if I agree. Let's make a little game out of it. See if
Okay.
I actually agree or not.
All right.
Yay or nay?
We'll go through a few of these.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption. You seen it?
Yeah.
Great.
That's a good movie.
That's a great movie. That's number
Is that
one.
number one?
Number one.
I don't know about number one, but that's great.
Yeah. Pretty great movie.
All out.
Godfather's number 2.
That's a good movie. I don't hold it as esteemed as some others, but I do like that movie.
There's probably a mixture of like also pop
It's
culture
very-
relevancy.
Pop culture. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Dark Knight.
Good. We were just talking
Great.
about that.
Yeah, I think
Still
it's
love
top
it.
10.
Batman is dope.
Godfather Part 2
Um,
also was good. I think the third one's where they fell off.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the difference of the two movies, to be honest. I don't remember what happened.
Probably pretty similar in plot. It's been a while since I've seen them.
Yeah.
They were both good though, from what
I'll just
I remember.
classify those as the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 Angry Men. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think I actually seen that. What
12
is
Angry
that
Men's
one?
good. That's an older movie about a trial, and I'm pretty sure it's also in black and white.
It is.
Yeah, it's black and white, and there's a guy. It's basically about a jury trying to convene on whether to convict this guy or not, and they all decide to convict him except for one person, and most of
I
them
think
want
I
to.
remember this. I never
Yeah,
watched it though.
the
but I
11
remember-
of them kind of
Yeah.
want to convict him just for kind of like to get it over with personal reasons. They didn't want to think about it too much, and then the one guy
How
convinces
lovely.
them like, "Hey,
This
this is a human
you're about
life
to-
in the balance here," and convinces them to like look into it more, and then they end up what do you call it? Not guilty.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I wonder how
spoiler.
often that actually happens. You know,
I'm sure it's
I'm sure it
happened in a
happens
few.
A lot. People are just being dismissive of something. Like, well, of course he is.
Yeah, people will people, and you know it's hard to, especially nowadays. I'm sure to shield away people from social pressure. I think during the OJ trial, then I'm pretty sure during the OJ trial they locked those people up in a hotel room with no TVs and stuff for like months. And it's like, holy shit, dude! Like a year. People in the OJ trial were like, we're just blocking you out. We're buying out hotels. You're getting room service. You can't read papers. You can't see TV. You better find some good
That
books.
must have been weird. I'd like to hear from somebody that did that.
On the jury, I would too. I'm sure there's interviews out there from it,
Yeah,
especially now. I mean, he's dead, so you know.
I didn't realize he was dead.
R.I.P. OJ.
or not.
Or not. Yeah, or not. We don't know.
Think he's pulp yet?
As good in the eyes in the public legal space, he was an innocent man. How dare you?
253
If I did
days.
it.
How dare you? If I did it, they would have done it this way. So
Do you hear Matt? 253 days.
253 days, dude. You mentioned just being locked away. 253 days with like no. Actually, it sounds like pretty peaceful.
I mean, am I getting paid all the way? Like, am I?
Yeah,
being
you got
taken
paid
care
for
of?
it. Yeah,
All right.
your room's paid. All that's paid. Bet. There you go.
It's just like, I'm gonna chill, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be at the pool.
So
I bet at least one person like lost their job because of it though.
No, we
probably.
can't.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess you legally can't.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
legally
they'll probably
can't.
find somebody
That's the point of
with
jury
reason
duty.
to
You're right. I forgot about that.
fire you.
He's right.
Maybe not officially, but
Because you could sue.
Yeah, but
You'd
they
sue.
would just use some other excuse and
That's
beer in the bush.
someone who hated OJ definitely fired somebody.
Yeah. How dare you?
someone from the South. South.
Oh no.
This Black Buffalo Bill, dude. Just no. I hope none of the jury worked in the state of Alabama at the time.
Oh, that'd be screwed.
They're done for. All right, keep going down this list. The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Absolutely. I love
Great.
Lord
The Lord of the Rings movies are great.
Fire.
Oh, dude, I saw awesome. I don't think I sent it to you. I'm going to send it to you though, probably after this. An awesome alternative, hilarious ending, and I kind of wish it would have happened. It's like a cut scene, and it's like the point whenever we might be able to put this up too because it's not copyright because it's they've redone it, and it's a scene where it's like Sam looks at Frodo like towards the end, like whenever they see each other, and it's like all happy or whatever, and everybody's all right. And he like opens his hand and the ring's still there. And then he smiles. I was like, oh, I wish that would have happened. Oh, it was so good.
Got him.
Yeah, it was so good. I was like, oh, that would be that would have been the best ending, I think. Yeah, my sister said that. The only reason I said that, now I understand for the time period they're coming out of. I think it's around like World War II, wasn't it, or World War One? When were the books written?
Sure.
Yeah, look me that up. Because
I feel like I remember 50 for some reason. Maybe 48.
I know it was during a time of like World War something because it was the fact of like full circle hero's journey, conquering evil and coming out on the other end.
Tolkien was known to be a very Christian man too. So.
Yeah. Which would make sense, conquering evil. That's also a Christian ethic in the Christian story. But what I told my sister when she sent me this, I was like, it'd been actually pretty fire if that was the ending, because in what seems like real life,
And now America's the guy. Oh, I'm sorry.
evil persists.
Yeah.
It's even after all the journey, and you can scathe away evil for a while, but it will always persist, and it'll always
persist within your choice. But you have to end the choice.
Yeah, you can. But maybe,
Are
but
you
it,
gonna
but
end
it,
the
but it
choice?
can probably find a way back.
Somebody else will try to summon it.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Evil's a weakness.
Schindler's List.
I don't think I know what that is.
I don't think I've seen. I think it has something to do with Nazis and Jews, right?
Speaking of which,
I've seen The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That was a good movie. You ever seen that?
Striped pajamas.
Oh, it's sad. Boy is his father's
that's the-
Nazi,
And he's got like somebody coming to visit him, right?
or the boy from one of the camps is one of the ones that work in the house that plays with him.
Yeah.
Becomes friends with him, and then dies. Spoiler.
Yikes.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction is 8.
Yeah,
That's one I haven't seen in a while.
Great
movie though.
That's a great movie.
I don't know why the scene that sticks out with me with that one, because I know we were probably watching that just off of a few rips in a college apartment. But what sticks with me in that movie is John Travolta's face when he drinks that milkshake. For some reason, I love that scene. He's just like, "Oh my god!"
That's a $5 milkshake.
You know what sticks with me is when they get that burger in that apartment. And like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to remember. That's what I'm saying.
He's like breaking in there, and he's like,
it's
picking it
hazy
apart.
in the memory, to be honest with
I
you.
can't remember the like lines and stuff they were saying, but he's just.
That's one I want to rewatch because it was really good when I watched it at the time. It was just a little hazy at the moment. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 9, also great. I loved all the Lord of the Rings movies. Don't matter. These are all Lord of the Rings movies are top 12.
Yeah,
As they should.
I agree. Every one of those are worthy.
Yeah, Fellowship is the first one, and then Two Towers, and then Return of the King.
Surprised not to hear any Star Wars stuff on there yet, to be honest.
Oh, we're good. So Good, Bad, and Ugly. I've never seen that. That's an older movie.
That's a good movie.
Is it a good movie?
Yeah.
Not seen it either. No, I'm not either. Forrest Gump's 11.
That's,
Solid movie.
You just gotta keep running, boys.
Okay, Jenny, I raised the kid. You go on and cheat on me.
I know that it's hard to be a whore.
She died. Cheating on him.
Yeah.
What? She died. I don't know about cheating on him.
Well, I guess they were never officially together.
Yeah,
She led him on, and then just fucked other dudes.
once the kid was involved, there was no cheating. She
just died.
She just had AIDS.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, I think I'm pretty
Divine
sure.
intervention.
You ever seen the Family Guy making fun of that? It's like, okay, Jenny, you can die, and I'll raise the AIDS, baby. Oh God, what a good show too. We got, of course, The Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Fight Club. I've never watched Fight Club.
You never watched Fight Club?
No, I know the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, you were broke it, you wuss.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a good Christmas movie.
You know what was a good Christmas movie that came out, I think this last year?
What's that?
Was it? Oh, hold on, I'm trying to think. It was
Very,
very.
it's terrible.
Red one.
No, stop. It was. Stop.
I thought you were going to say that too.
No. Is he in like good movie? Can we name like a good movie he's in? Like he's a good
Rock?
yeah, a good movie.
Not since like maybe Gridiron Gang or something.
I guess.
Yeah, even though
It's all just like okay or like movies.
I don't
I like
know
the
last
guy.
one that I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Don't say the Tooth Fairy.
No, I didn't even remember that one.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game plan, dude. The game plan, top notch.
Honestly, Batista's so like surpassed him in his acting
Oh,
career.
for sure. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, every movie that I've watched Batista in has been so awesome.
Did you ever watch Glass Onion?
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion's good.
Glass Onion's great with Batista. It's I
Mhm.
would
What is
definitely
that?
recommend that.
Like about
It's is it Daniel Craig in that one?
Craig?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Daniel
yes.
Craig's in it. That's the guy that plays in the old 007. Not
Oh,
old, but
okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
mid 2000s
Yeah.
007 James Bond movies.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a kind of a mystery, murder mystery.
It's a murder
Oh,
mystery.
Murder
that sounds
mystery.
fun.
It is fun. It's a good movie. Damn, what was this? Was it Carry On?
You need to see that trailer. After
It's
we're done
good.
here, I'm going to show you that trailer for that new movie Batista's in.
Okay.
I'm really
It's
excited.
got the guy from Fight Club in it. He's like the rich guy.
Oh, cool. That sounds like
What's
that's
his
up
name?
my
I
alley.
can't think. Daniel Norton or something Norton.
Yeah.
Ben
Tad Norton?
Tad Norton.
Tad Norton.
Yeah.
Famous guy right there. Edward Norton. Edward Norton. Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie is Carry On. Have you guys seen Carry On?
Oh no, I don't know what that is.
Carry On, like a modern Die Hard movie. It's got Bateman in it. Some guy I never heard. I thought it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt for a minute. It kind of looks similar to him, but it wasn't him. But Jason Bateman's in it.
It's the guy from those Kingsman movies.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Taron Egerton is this dude's name.
Let me see.
Yeah, see, it's also got Dean Norris from Breaking Bad.
Who played Breaking Bad?
What's his name?
Was it the uncle, the brother?
The uncle brother.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, so he's in it. But it's about a dude trying to get basically a bomb through TSA, and they get the main character. They like kind of force him to do it with threats to like his family's life.
Jesus.
And it's all about trying to stop this bomb from going off on this plane. It's very Die Hard-esque,
Yeah.
and it takes place during Christmas and the holiday season. So that's kind of like it's.
Oh, is that the one you were saying? A good Christmas movie?
It's a good Christmas movie. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Another that's like a good new Die Hard Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of new, pretty good though. Have you ever seen Klaus? Speaking of Christmas movies, I know a little out of season. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's animated.
K-L like
Klaus. Klaus.
Okay.
Have you guys ever seen Klaus?
I've seen it.
Oh my God! It's so good. It's so good. It's of course it's it's animated, so it's PG.
I love animated stuff.
Oh, but it's so the animation's good, and it's like a different spin on Santa Claus, to where like basically this postman is like there's the Postal Academy, and he's the son of like the head postal guy, and he sends him up north because he's like a spoiled kid, and he sends him up north to like this place where they can't get a post office established, which is like where the North Pole is, and it's these feuding like families, and he's got to try to like get a post office established, and he has a year to do it, and it's like basically how this whole town turns around, and he gets incorporated with this guy that lives in the woods, Klaus.
So this is a show.
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie?
It's a movie.
When did this come out, you know?
3-4 years ago, maybe 5 now, 2019. It's newer.
I never...
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I heard of this.
It's so good. I recommend next holiday season you watch Klaus.
Okay.
You will be like, oh, that's just a good movie.
Honestly, man, I love
so
holiday
heartwarming.
movies. I love Frosty and everything from the past.
Yeah.
They have a special place for
It's up there for me though, as far as Christmas movies. But yeah, those. Where were we at on this one? There's a Star Wars one. At 15 came in Star Wars after Inception.
Oh wait, hold on.
Fight Club.
You jumped. Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Yep. And then Inception. Inception's a good movie.
Inception is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably my favorite. One of my favorites.
Yeah, Inception's really good. It's been a
when
little
they
bit since I've
posted
seen
this.
it too, but it was good. Do what?
I wonder when they posted this on IMDb. Is this just off of user ratings?
Yeah. This is off
okay,
of.
so this is a consciousness of movies, what people are into.
I think generally, yeah. Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like all the
I
originals.
love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I love the mythology and stuff going on with it.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot of wiggle room in Star Wars too.
Yeah.
They can just jump on plots. I like it too. I like Mandalorian. That's probably the last Star Wars thing I've watched. And I'm like, okay, I'm invested in
Mandalorian
this.
was dope.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the new movies, but yeah, the Mandalorian.
No,
was
the new
dope.
Very mid.
The shows honestly have been great. Dude, the Bad Batch, if you're into animation, like and stuff, it's so good.
Did you ever watch the Clone Wars?
Oh, absolutely. I love the Clone Wars.
Was it good?
Yes.
I know it was on Toonami when
Yes.
we were growing up. I never really watched it though.
If you've not watched it, yes. Dude, the storyline, it kind of is cut up with a bunch of different storylines, but the Maul storyline, because he's not actually dead yet, is so good. It's so poetic how they run into everything and it just unfolds.
I have a
I've seen
confession.
that. How does he survive?
Well, he's cut in half.
I know.
Yeah.
But he falls down there into the pit, and then he basically, through his hate and malice, he puts himself together a robot ass. And he survives just off of just his pure determination, like through the Force, because he's been cut, but he survived by doing that.
By sheer will. He made a robot ass.
Yeah, robot which was cool as hell.
It's similar to Darth Vader. He was kind of half what too, wasn't he?
Well, I mean, how many times do we just live off spite? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, we get through something, you're like, I don't even know how I did that.
Whatever fuels the engine, I guess.
Yeah. But it's good, because it really, Star Wars is good about the representation of emotions and how you deal with them. That's kind of like what the story is going on. Like,
I have a confession.
Yeah.
I never saw 1 through 3.
Well, you're missing out.
I know. Early 2000s ones, I never
watch
saw them.
them
I saw
with
the
you.
original old ones. I would love to.
What's your opinion of Episode 1? That one gets a lot of hate.
Bro. I
actually
understand where people are coming from, but it was a breath of fresh air. I loved what was going on. I even loved stupid Jar Jar. Man, it was so, like, oh man, it's just the silliness of it, because people will take themselves too seriously most of the time, It's fun, dude. And Maul is so cool. Like, I love Maul's premise through the whole thing anyways. It's one of my favorite kinds of characters. And
the pod racing. And
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Now this is pod racing, man.
Okay, I have no.
The Clone Wars stuff was awesome. Anything to do with that was dope.
First three, they get a bad rap, but I think they're very well put together movies.
I agree.
I have seen that scene. I've seen the scene with. No, am I confusing the older ones? I think I am. I've seen the pod racing one where young
That's
Anakin.
one. Yeah.
I've seen that. That's like the only scene I've seen of it. The only scene I've seen.
Have you seen?
That's
you
funny
wanna
to say.
watch
Have you
this
seen Darth
sometime?
Maul get cut in half?
No, I know he does. What's funny is I used to have a Darth Maul and Darth Vader toy, and the thing about the Darth Maul toys, you could. So I just knew that. It's like, oh, okay, you could pull him in half right there. But I couldn't do it with the Darth Vader one, but his hand came off. That's how they make them.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's perfect. I hope that was choice.
They definitely thought about that. But no, I was confusing the scene where they race with the Jabba the Hutt scene. But the Jabba the Hutt scene is 4 through 6.
Jabba the Hutt is in the first one.
He is in the first one.
I know, but I was thinking the one where he gets strangled.
Oh yeah,
That's later.
Yeah.
he tried to have a BDSM chick and she went too far.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You like it? Keep liking it. You won't ever do it again.
I like that the first one introduced like the more athletic style of the lightsaber.
Oh yeah, the
fights. Like
limberness. That was cool.
The older lightsaber fights were very.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I like that too, and I like how it ended up that way too, because like it makes more sense with Vader then turning being a robot and being like constricted, and it makes more sense that he's like, I can't really do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, you see everybody like jumping around.
I was gonna say more Jedis then too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then
the second one where you get to see Yoda finally use a lightsaber is incredible.
honestly,
He's like, what, dude, he does so
they
much
set that
stuff.
up too. He just comes in, he's like, he's like, oh, here he goes. He's
He
gonna
walks
start
in-
jumping.
He walks in with his cane, then just drops it. And just immediately, just the best lightsaber fighter you've ever seen in your life.
Grandpa's got hands.
Yeah.
it was what's the Kyrie Irving movie?
Movie?
Oh,
Dang it.
What is that called?
Look it up.
Damn it.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Where he's an old man.
Yeah. Drew.
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew, yeah.
Yes.
So basically Yoda pulled an Uncle Drew.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
also Count Dooku was Christopher. What's his name? The last name?
Reed.
No. Well, he was also in. I'm not good with names, so forgive me. But he's also in Lord of the Rings. He was Saruman,
Yeah, he was
right.
the other wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's a good actor. I appreciate
Christopher
it.
Lee.
no,
Lee.
Christopher Lee's the best.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. He did a good Count
Yeah,
Dooku.
he's the one that fights Yoda
Yeah.
with the lightsaber.
Okay. I definitely it's on the
Hey,
list,
we-
man. It's on the
I'll
list.
watch him one day if you ever want to. Like,
We can.
I'll sit down and watch all three of them one day.
We can. We can watch them after some podcasting.
Yeah.
I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Honestly, I love Star Wars.
The Matrix 16.
Matrix 1 is great.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a while since I've seen it too, but I remember it was a good movie.
It's great.
Yeah. Goodfellas. I don't think I've seen Goodfellas. I know it's another kind of
I know a lot
mobster-esque
about
movie.
it. I think I've seen it, but I'm not sure.
That's Tarantino.
I think so.
No, I don't think that's a
Or is that-
Tarantino.
not
Is that-
Tarantino.
Scorsese.
Scorsese.
Scorsese, yes. Yeah. Not Tarantino, you're right.
Honestly, I see Tarantino on something, and I'm already signed up. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Doesn't have many misses.
His worst are still good.
Where's, speaking of Tarantino, I was trying to see down through here where Django is. You can't tell me it's not in this top.
Probably.
Oh, there it is, 54.
54.
Love some Django.
Django's good.
Django's a good movie. And Inglourious Bastards.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie, too. I was going to see, I bet that one's on down, too.
Okay, I don't really disagree too much with the positioning, but I understand that this is probably just ranked off of other people's IMDb stuff. So this is probably just like...
Well, it's like Rotten Tomatoes has the audience score and they have the critics
Yeah.
score. And you just kind of find it somewhere in the middle.
You know, you were talking about animation earlier, and we already mentioned this once today before the podcast. You need to watch The Wild Robot.
I'll watch The Wild Robot, also on the list.
It is really, really
Matt's
good.
mentioned it several times, and I've
It's-
seen previews, and yeah.
It's got all the good things for a good story, good solution, good outcomes, make you a little bit emotional.
Oh, that's good. That's what I want.
You know?
You know what robot movie disappointed me?
What's that?
Wall-E.
Wall-E?
I didn't think Wall-E was that good.
Wall-E's okay. I like Wall-E, I guess. But it's not like...
Kind of boring.
It's middle of the road,
Yeah.
you know? I don't think it's like bad, but I got way bit more favorite things.
There's better animated Disney movies than Wall-E.
Yeah, I could think of a ton.
I feel like if they did it today, it would be a little cuter and less dark. It was a little dark.
I didn't care that. It was so
like dark.
boring. I'm
Ball
fine with
Robot
dark.
was really dark, honestly. They had some dark.
Or Soul.
Future is
You ever
dark.
seen Soul?
So I like Soul.
Soul's great. Soul's a little dark.
Soul was a little dark. I loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, have you ever seen Soul?
I've seen most of
What are you
it.
laughing at
I
me
fell
for?
asleep, but
Yeah.
I've seen
Soul's good. I like Soul.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite like newer Disney movies, and even what was it? What was the was Encanto the? What was the one little Mexican boy in Day of the Dead?
Oh, Luca.
Luca.
Yeah, Encanto is the one with the fish man boy. Well, they're boys too, but right.
Also
No,
good.
Not Encanto.
No, that was
That's
Encanto.
Luca. That's Luca.
That one's
Yeah,
Luca.
yeah, my bad,
Luca's
my bad.
good too.
Yeah, no.
I did like Luca. That's the little Italians.
Encanto is the family one, right?
Yes.
And Grandma was being mean, and she's like, "No, we don't talk about Bruno, right?" That's yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Bruno's my kind of guy. Hides in the walls and
Okay.
is sad.
Yeah, not Encanto. I'm not seeing Encanto. What was the one with the Day of the Dead? The Mexican
It
one.
was Coco, I think.
Coco.
Was that one Coco?
Luca.
No,
Luca
Luca
was
was
the
the
fish
Italian one.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it's gotta be Coco then.
Yeah.
Coco.
I've not seen any of these movies.
Yes, it was Coco. Coco was a good movie too.
I like that one.
I liked Coco. So all those. Moana was okay.
I like.
It was
Moana.
okay.
I watched Moana 2 the other day, and honestly, I think I liked it more than 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Go back to that might be one of the good ones that Rock's been in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
I
might be
didn't
his
even-
best.
That yeah, but he's a voice actor. Is
That's-
that the same?
Is that sad?
He's in it.
Can we say it's kind of sad?
I don't know. That was a really good movie. I
No,
wouldn't say
it's good. I'm just
Animation
saying.
is still important. He was in it.
I don't sit here though and say Toy Story was Tom Hanks' best
The
movie
Rock is the Logan Paul of boxing of movies.
of movies.
Yes.
That's a good way to put
Oh,
it.
that makes a
Yeah,
lot. More.
I'm gonna put that in quotes.
Hot
The
take.
Rock is
Hot take.
is what Logan Paul is to boxing. The Rock is to movies.
Our shadows are
Yes.
giving us hot takes now.
Yeah, they're doing good. That's a fire take. I love that one. That one's perfect. He summed it up right there.
Marketing genius doesn't always fulfill the role.
Yeah.
Well, or maybe just the role isn't.
Well, that's one thing
You
he was
know,
good
you
at.
know what the best movie I've ever seen The Rock in was fucking Jumanji 2.
You know, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it because I wasn't sure if that's what I thought.
It was Jumanji 2 because,
Yeah.
but he also had good support from Jack Black and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the red one that he was talking about earlier?
No, I just
I watched Red
I,
One.
watched
I have a predisposition that when I see The Rock
I
in a
had
movie,
fun.
I'm like, it's probably not that good. I hate to say it.
It's not a terrible movie. I think it got a lot of flack and stuff, but it's just he takes it super serious. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no like he acts like it's like
Yeah.
a war movie or
Yeah.
something. It's like we're talking about Santa Claus here. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what I heard was a better Christmas movie though. Speaking of like a convergence of actors, there, Dear Santa, with Jack Black, but the,
Oh, it's like the Satan.
Satan, yeah. I heard that one was good. I bet it's better.
Probably.
It probably is.
I don't even think I knew that existed.
It's a kid writes a letter. Or he meant to write it to Santa, and he accidentally writes "Dear Satan."
You
and
know,
it's
I
Jack
used
Black.
to think of that in middle school. I was like, "Why this is just one letter off?"
Satan, yeah.
What are we doing?
I want to see that one though. I'm saving some of these for next Christmas though, because I didn't watch a ton for this Christmas. I was like, I'll save them, and that way I've got a good list for next Christmas. All right, let's see. Interstellar, that was 19. Of course, we talked about
Absolutely
it.
love that. That was a good one.
Banger. Seven. Have you ever seen Seven? I've never seen
That's the
Seven.
animated with the he's like a sack doll thing, right?
That's 9.
That's not what is number.
It's the other odd number.
Wait. What was
Brad
seven?
Pitt.
I'm looking it
It's got
up.
Brad Pitt.
Let me see it.
I think that might be the.
Is this Morgan Freeman in this too?
That might okay. Yeah, I was totally off. I like 9.
This is Morgan Freeman.
Is 7? I might be,
A film about two homicide detectives desperate to hunt for a serial killer who justifies his crimes as absolution for the world's ignorance of the seven deadly sins. The movie takes us from the tortured remains of one victim to the next as the sociopathic John Doe, Kevin Spacey. Oh, it's okay. Sorry, sounds like a good line. We need to watch 7, boys.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched this.
I have not.
Sermonizes to detectives Somerset and Mills, one sin at a time.
Ooh,
You know
I kind of
what?
like that.
you know
I do
what
too.
famous meme is from that movie?
What's the famous meme from that movie?
What's in the fucking box?
That's it. That is yes.
Yes,
That's
it.
That just brought
What's
me
in
back.
the box?
I think we seen that a long time ago. We made that joke so many times.
We did.
Yep. There you go. So we need to watch it.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh man. We're racking up a good list here.
Honestly, I need to put together a good list. I never do that.
It's a Wonderful Life. Talked about it. Great
that's
movie. Murray. All right. Seven Samurai. Never
Oh
seen
yeah,
that.
no, I like a good Samurai Ronin movie.
That's like a 50s movie.
Yeah, honestly, that was really good.
Silence of the Lambs. That's great.
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan. Solid. Did you ever watch it?
Yes.
Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Another movie, great Tom Hanks movie that wasn't animated. Sorry, I keep shitting on the rock here. City of God. I've never seen it.
Maybe we should pull up the Rock's IMDb and see if we could save it.
The Green Mile, another great Tom Hanks movie that wasn't animated.
Forrest Gump, Green Mile.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Right.
Life is Beautiful. That one sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen
sounds
this
familiar to
one.
me too, but I'm not sure.
This looks hoity tweety.
Weedy.
I don't know. The story.
I don't know. I don't think. I'll say that I haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
we can skip that one. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Terminator movies are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen them, but I know they were good. Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was making sure I was reading my Roman numerals right.
Yeah.
Ivy.
Yeah.
4. Yep.
Like blood.
That one was good.
What a connection. This doesn't pertain to anything. You might think I'm crazy for a minute.
Go for it.
You know, IV being the Roman numeral and then your heart being
Being
like the fourth in the chakra stuff. That's kind of neat. Anyways,
all right.
just random.
There you go. You should come sit in on my symbology class.
Whoa.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future's solid.
great.
Always
That's
solid.
So good.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's another movie I used to watch with my grandfather and it was
I'm
great.
surprised it's not higher, to be honest.
Honestly,
Yeah,
me too.
I would think so too, especially as
You get on there.
I don't
and
know.
boost
These
numbers.
have all been solid picks so far. For
Well,
the
they
ones that
must
I've
be
seen.
barely off from one another, like 0.01 like difference or something.
They kind of
you know?
are. Well, some of these are a little. So like this. Have you ever heard of Spirited Away?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
top notch.
Animated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Ghibli
Animated.
film.
Animated. See, that one's an 8.6, but Back to the Future is an 8.5. But Back to the Future's ranked ahead of it. I bet they count some kind of critic judgment in there too.
Maybe Spirited Away is great.
Yeah.
And I love good animated stuff. Anime is, they've got some real knockers out there.
The Pianist.
I don't think I've ever watched.
I've never seen The Pianist either.
I've never seen.
I've only
any
seen my own
penises.
Pianist. Gladiator. It's a good movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
It's been a while
That's
since
the
I've seen that
side.
one too. It's kind of a classic.
It is.
It gets referenced a lot.
Seen the new one?
Nope.
Yeah.
You have?
We seen it in we do the like mystery like the screen unseen things at unsaid place. And
How many free tickets you guys get for that?
Huh?
How many free tickets you guys get
you
for
can
that?
call them free, but I pay like $22 a month. That's tax and all,
Okay.
and I get 3 every single week. So,
You get no, not for like.
what
Did
do
you
mean?
pay for our tickets that time we went?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. All right.
Oh, I think you just connected.
Yeah, I thought as part of the membership, you also got free tickets. I didn't know you just paid for our
I
tickets.
need discounts.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's
discounts. Okay,
If it was on a, did we watch that on a Tuesday?
I don't remember.
we
If
did.
it was if it was Tuesday, we get like massive discounts. But if it was that
it was,
mystery one,
it was a mystery film.
oh, if it was the
Alright.
mystery one, then that was like $6.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
Well, how sweet of you.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
This is a good deal. I was like, I guess he got free tickets. He never mentioned it, so we're going to show up. Okay. So we watch Skincare. That's a pretty good one. That was a good one that she got to go to.
Honestly, any other movie might not have been as good and relatable for her to watch it. And
Yeah.
sit through it.
That's
So,
pretty good though.
I liked it.
It
It wasn't bad. It was kind of like weird at first.
yeah, I thought it was going to
Once
take
I
a different
Sat
turn.
in it a little bit longer. I was like, man, I kind of like this.
Yeah,
It was actually pretty good. It grew on me.
yeah. No, it was kind of a. It was a good gaslight movie.
Yeah,
It was just a movie I could get gaslit.
Honestly, that was the movie. Gaslight the movie.
The next one. Have you seen Parasite?
Parasite. That is the anime.
No. Parasite is the South Korean family. Yes, it's a South Korean family that works for. It's like a movie about class.
Oh,
It's good.
what is that? Is that called Parasite also?
It's I'll show you
Probably.
the title of it if you want to see it.
I don't think I watched that.
So Parasite, just to give you a short synopsis without ruining it, because you probably want to see this one. It's pretty good. It's about like this family that's poor that works for this richer family, and I think this South Korean home. And there's a lot of issues of class addressed in it, though. That does a very good job of it,
Yeah, I
though,
never
throughout
watched
the movie.
this.
It's good.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Is that a Netflix movie?
It looks like it's streaming
It
on
came
Max right now.
It came out in 2020 something, so that's rather new.
I was gonna say it is newer.
I think it said 22.
Oh, let me see. I think it's older than that. Not by much.
I might have mislooked.
2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Psycho. Have you ever seen Psycho?
Yes.
Okay, I've not seen Psycho. I know it's
Psycho's pretty
older.
cool.
Man, you know what movie I still haven't seen too? That's I know is good, and it's just what's the one with All right, hold on. Help me connect dots here because I'm blanking on names. Dude, that was the Joker in.
Jimmy
No,
Fallon.
Jack.
No, just kidding. Jack Harlow.
No, not Heath Ledger. Older Joker.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Thank you. The Jack Nicholson, The Shining.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen The Shining.
You've never seen The Shining?
Never seen The
That's a good
Shining.
one.
As
That's
a horror
classic.
genre, like slasher lover of movies, I've not seen that one.
You missed out.
I know. It's one I really want to see.
That's like referenced so many times.
Let's see. Here's Johnny.
Yep.
Yep.
There's
And then
so
the
many.
cold meme.
Yeah. And
That's
red.
it.
I think Red Rum was in that too. Was
Red
that
Rum.
one? Yeah. Yeah.
Funny story about that.
Yeah.
You know have you heard the? I'll sell myself out on this one a little bit. That's funny. So you know the 21 Savage song "Red Rum." Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking about it with Taylor over here one day, and I was trying to figure out what red rum was because I didn't know. I didn't know the story. I was like, maybe it's like toilet wine. Maybe it's talking about just like
Oh,
drinking.
I think I remember coming over and you saying that.
Maybe it was. I can't remember if you were there that day or not.
I like came way after, I think, when you guys were talking about
I didn't know it was just murder backwards. I thought they were talking about. Oh, they were talking about toilet wine in jail.
Yep.
Even your wife knew that.
I know. Yeah, my wife was like, "Are you an idiot?" I
Maybe.
was like, kind of.
Don't do this to me.
Yeah, it's your decision.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say two Americas, but it's not. It's just being an idiot, not being.
Somehow you missed that one.
I missed that one. But then I'm like, okay, that's genius. I like that.
Yeah, what do you call that? An anagram? Is that what that is? The forward and backwards?
Is that an anagram?
It's a A word. I don't know if it's anagram.
That sounds right. I don't want to say it. I'm an idiot, so I don't know.
Well, I don't think you're an idiot. I think you just sometimes have a lapse in judgment.
A lot
Sometimes
of
you're not always-
things land here. Some things land here. You know.
Yep, anagram.
Anagram.
Yeah.
Good job.
No,
Dude.
I'm seeing palindrome.
Palindrome.
I've never heard of that one.
I've heard of that one.
Have you?
Palindrome sounds like the next creation from Tesla.
No, that's the same backwards and forwards, like the name Hannah.
Ah. Gotcha.
Oh, ain't that what red room is?
No.
Oh, the
Murder.
same word, yeah.
Red rum.
Yeah.
Or race car.
Gotcha.
Yeah, race car is a palindrome.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. Well, anyways.
Did you get it?
No,
Spell it?
we're fine. I just think we might have been on a slightly different page from one another, but that's okay.
What page were you on?
I don't know. They didn't have a number on it.
Okay. Damn publisher. But yeah, we've kind of went through. We've seen a lot of these. The only other one I see on here that I know that I've seen obviously is like Lion King, which is a classic. And that's just what Hamlet. Is that what that's based off of?
Basically.
Hamlet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Hamlet. Prince gets randomly exiled. He comes back because Uncle was a dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You need to leave."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You need to leave.
Get out of here.
Did you ever see Whiplash?
No.
Well, it's a
I
good
don't
one.
know what that is.
That's a drummer movie. He's like a jazz drummer. And he's got like the hardcore teacher.
Yeah.
That's
What do you know about drumming?
Hmm?
So what do you know about drumming?
Not a lot. Not as much as I probably should.
Oh, that's not true. You're a good drummer.
Not like that though. Not that free jazz style, dude.
Whiplash.
No, I didn't get whiplash, dude. I didn't get pushed like that. It's good. It's just a movie about like never satisfied. That's like one of those kind of movies. Yeah, pushing for greatness and all that. There's a good scene in it where he's like
said something like that earlier at the beginning of the podcast when we were talking about like the highs and lows of things.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you release something really good. Now you do a bad one, so it's good again.
Yeah, exactly. There's two scenes that I remember from the movie that stick out. There's one where he's with his family, and they're talking about not Dizzy. What was was it Charlie Parker? It was some great jazz drummer. I don't even know if I got that fucking name right, man. I don't know. Is it Charlie Parker? I just want to know if I'm thinking of the right.
Maybe,
that was the
maybe it's Peter
saxophonist.
Parker. Look at Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's a great guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
He's a
Great
friendly neighbor.
jazz. Oh, what was his name?
I hear your dog a rustling.
Oh no, she's getting antsy. Maybe it was Charlie Parker. Maybe he was talking about Charlie Parker. I'm trying to remember his name. Anyway, he was talking to his family about a great jazz musician, and his family was just kind of talking about how disconnected it was and so focused on this thing because he's trying to achieve like greatness and being like just this great jazz drummer. And his family was like kind of making comments about it.
Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich was who he mentioned in the film.
Miles Teller's character idolizes the jazz drummer Buddy Rich.
That's right. Buddy Rich, great drummer too. If you ever seen solo videos of him, solid. I couldn't remember. No, that's what it was. In the film, he talks about Charlie. I think maybe it was Charlie Parker throwing the cymbal at like the drummer for not keeping time or something like that. There's a story about Charlie Parker doing something. I can't remember if that was the film where I'm mixing up two things. Anyway, he talked about Buddy Rich, and his point was like, y'all are talking about family, like you can, talk about this guy as this like just, drummer that was, like not with his family and stuff, but here we are still sitting here talking about him. Yeah.
It says in the movie, Terrence Fletcher uses the story of Joe Jones throwing a cymbal at Charlie Parker to motivate his students. Fletcher believes that the next Charlie Parker would never let discouragement stop them.
There you go. And that's the whole thing, the teacher's thing about. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where he said, again, I'm butchering this, but there's a scene too where the teacher says he doesn't tell his students like, good job, because if I make you feel satisfied, you're not aiming to be better.
I kind of get that.
Yeah, there's kind of that brutal. It's that brutal like strive for greatness kind of.
If you just take the good job, then you've sealed the accomplishment.
Exactly, you're making your ceiling lower. That was the kind of the philosophy he put. Okay. Great movie though about that. Yeah. I
get that a lot.
Yeah, I very much recommend it. We're almost out of the 50 here, and then we can kind of wrap up.
What's y'all's opinion of musicals?
Musicals?
I'm a fan.
I like musicals.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Now, I've not seen Joker 2, and it doesn't look like that's a musical I want to see.
Pump the brakes, buddy. All right. We're talking about real... Yeah.
Talking about real musicals.
We're talking about real musicals.
I
love it, honestly.
Have you seen Sweeney Todd?
Joker 2.
Sweeney Todd's great.
I love Repo the Genetic Opera.
Great.
Not seen that one.
Great. I've not seen Little La Miss or whatever it's called.
Les Mis.
Les Mis, yeah.
Les Mis.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
saying
French
either.
one with Wolverine. You know.
I mean, basically all Disney movies are musicals.
Yeah, no. Honestly, that's probably why I love them so much because I like that kind of vibe.
Have you seen the new Wicked?
Wicked
No,
was
I haven't either. I've heard it's good.
I did.
Wicked
I think
Was it good?
Yeah.
I heard
Wicked
that
good.
Every part of their singing and everything was actually live cut. There was no singing over it. There was no dub. Even when they're flying around and everything, they actually were singing.
I believe it.
Like, yeah, that's hard to do, bro.
Yeah. I like musicals though. I think if they're done good. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm not into cats, but like.
Oh, not a fan of pussy.
No, well, not that kind. Not the big human.
Not the
kind.
big, not the big fat pussy kind.
Yeah, no. It smells like a litter box. Nah.
Yeah. I heard it was bad. I never watched it.
Yeah, no.
I think Sweeney Todd's
But
probably
Sweeney
my favorite.
Todd, stuff like that. I like some dark stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of some other random.
Phantom of the
musicals.
Opera.
Oh, Yeah, you're right.
Classic.
Phantom of the Opera, even like anything to do with music too. When I hear that song, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this one band that I can't remember who it is, but like it's like gothic, female fronted, symphonic metal that does that song. That's like the genre or whatever. But dude, it's so good. I love it. It might be Epica or something. I don't know. Can't remember who that is.
What was the what's the gang one?
Gang.
What's the
Gang.
or was that even a musical? Am I misremembering?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Was it not West Side Story?
High School Musical.
The Warriors. That wasn't a musical, was it?
I don't think so.
No, maybe not. I was
Somebody's
confused.
probably
I think I was mixing that up in West Side Story.
okay.
That's what it was. The Warriors was a funny movie.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious movie. You've never seen it.
Yeah, no, I've
It's
seen
not even. I don't think it's trying to be funny. It's just funny.
I like
Just
some movies like that.
it's kind of ridiculous.
There's this one movie that is just a cult classic, and some of my Sphere friends is the Trailer Park of Terror. It's a B-rated horror movie.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so funny. Like it's just that's a wild trip. There's just some sequences. It's just hilarious.
It's got Trace Atkins in it.
Yeah. Good. If you haven't seen that, watch it. We need to
Ladies love country boys.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. I
He's
kind
a
of
good
want to watch
devil.
it
Yeah.
now. Is that what he is in it? The devil? All right, that's
Devil.
perfect. He's got a good voice to be the devil.
Yeah. No. Highly recommend it. I don't think it takes itself too serious either, so it allows itself to be kind of funny, and because some of the jokes are like intentionally jokey, you know. But
You know what comedy person that was like? Hold on one second. Is it Jared Hess? Is that the Napoleon Dynamite dude?
I don't really know the name.
John Heder. So John, you've seen Napoleon Dynamite, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that and like Blades of Glory. There was just like that little moment of just good John Heder movies that were funny as fuck. Because I was watching scenes from Napoleon Dynamite today too. And I was like, God, it's such a funny movie.
Benchwarmers.
Benchwarmers. That was that same time. Yeah, you're right. Benchwarmers. It was just.
That's another thing that I was thinking about, and me and Matt have talked about before, is the lack of comedy movies that's kind of just existed in the like public sphere right now.
We talked about this one day.
Yeah,
We said
yeah.
there's just not comedy movies coming out now.
Like, there's some Y2K. Honestly, I loved it.
Burt Kreischer's The Machine.
That was
Some real comedy heavy hitters coming out.
There's some stuff, but like, there's not as much as I remember it being. You know, there's like a comedy
No, not like you
gap
used
out in
to.
the movie
Well,
scene.
you don't have like even like good like Will Ferrell movies and Adam Sandler movies.
They're done doing those things.
They are, man. It sucks too. They're doing like straight to Netflix kind of stuff that doesn't have near the the writing power behind it. It seems it's just not as funny.
I'm hoping that we have
A renaissance.
Yeah.
I seen a clip recently of Judd Apatow talking about how he had written a lot of movies that got turned down, and I think it might have been Old School. I think it was Old School. Old School basically got the green light, and after it was such a success, all of those movies that he had written previously got greenlit. So
Because they were like,
so that's why you had like Knocked Up and 40-Year-Old Virgin, like all those just came like year after year after year because he had all this backlog of movies.
I forgot about the Steve Carell era in there too, dude.
Yeah.
You're right. God. Get Smart and 40-Year-Old Virgin are just for comedies, man.
Yeah, they were.
The part in 40-Year-Old Virgin, another one that came up on my feed the other day, was just cracking me up, was when dude's wife is coming yelling at him, and he's like, "Did you write that bitch was hurting for a squirtin'?" He said, "Yeah, that bitch was hurting for a squirtin'. She was a hoe for sure. She was a hoe for sure.
Faux show.
Yeah." And he's like behind his wife, like doing like this, like talk more gangster.
Yeah, bring us a renaissance, bro.
Yeah, we need it, man, especially for comedy stuff. Comedy's in a weird place. It really is. I know we kind of started this episode with it a little bit, but it's just man, I feel like comedians are kind of out of touch because they're so damn rich now, and they just can't relate to normal people's problems and just what's going on. A lot of them, not every one of them, but it seems in that place you're not getting good comedy movies out there anymore because everybody just wants Marvel's 105.
I want a fine selection of many fruits. I don't want to just eat the same old garbage all the time.
That's right, dude. This
I
is
like a good
America.
variety.
We're supposed to have choice here.
I know.
Yeah,
I see that there's lacking a lot.
There is. I'm trying to think of even the last great comedy movie I saw that was released.
Honestly, if you haven't seen Y2K, I really did think it was pretty funny.
Y2K?
Okay. It was a 90s wet dream, honestly.
All right.
It was hilarious.
Was that released this year?
Yeah.
Or last year, I should say.
It wasn't even in theaters for very long, but I thoroughly enjoyed every piece
All right,
of
I'll
it.
check it out, too.
It had some of the funniest jokes in it that I've heard in a while.
I'll throw it on the list.
Oh,
All right, so give me this. We'll wrap up.
Riddle
with
me this.
If you had to pick 5 movies to suggest out of all those, you can only pick 5.
Okay.
Only 5. And you
Of
can
those?
no, just in
Okay.
general. It could be
I
those we
remember
talked
half of
about.
those.
I know. I got asked this one day, and I had to break it into different lists because of categories. But I can kind of parse. I'm going to try to parse and like do one of each category if I can.
Okay. Each category, you mean like genre-wise?
Yeah, like horror, comedy, Christmas.
I don't know if I want to even care about genre for my list.
I'll do it if you don't do it.
Okay, because like I just some things I don't even have anything in that spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might not think of it. All right, you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I said it again. I'll keep saying
Everything.
it.
Everywhere. All at once.
I love that movie so much, man. But let's get past that. We already know. Number 1.
Yeah.
Honestly, just because these are no specific order, but just because it's recently in my mind, I'm going to say Y2K.
Okay.
It's funny. The Wild Robot, you need to see.
Okay.
It's so good. It's wholesome. And for my more autistic group out there, Sonic 3. Dude, it was so funny. And, that's another thing. Jim Carrey don't do anything anymore. And he specifically came out of his little...
retirement. Yeah.
Because, he's just having fun. He's having a good time. They gave him something not trash. The movie was honestly fire.
Okay.
I don't know if you care about Sonic stuff or not.
I've not seen any of the Sonic movies. They don't look bad to me.
Honestly, they did not have any business being that good.
Okay.
They had no business. They should have failed, but they've been awesome. I love them so much.
Okay.
And number 5, I don't know. This is a good question. What did I like? I'm going to have to look at my phone real quick.
Go ahead.
I lost it in the pit.
Fell in the pit.
Yeah, I fell in the pit.
Like
I
mouse
dropped it
trap.
30 minutes ago.
Subtle joke. The pit.
See if I see anything recent. Excuse me.
Great podcasting.
We're loading.
This episode is brought to you by the Oscars. Who the fuck is Oscar?
Who is Oscar? Honestly?
Uh-huh.
That's one. I was watching it when we went to Atlanta to finish it up. I love that movie. What was that?
Oh, the one I remember, the war one.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
Not A Quiet Place, right?
No, not that one.
No, we
watched
watched
that one in Florida.
No, we were in
That was a good
Atlanta when I watched that. I finished it up and we were playing that sushi game.
Yeah.
It was the dastardly, ungentlemanly warfare movie.
The
Whatever.
Department of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
Is something along those lines. It has
trying to
old
find it,
Superman in it. It's another Nazi killing movie. I loved it.
Killing Nazis.
Killing Nazis.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly
Yeah,
Warfare.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Okay.
I put that as a good recommendation. These aren't maybe my...
All times, these are more recent, just
These are
good
more
watches.
recent of a recommendation that I want to put out there.
Okay.
Good
I like
vibe.
it.
Yeah.
I like it. That keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
My list like goes in flux constantly.
It's hard to just.
Yeah.
Whenever I've been asked this question, I'm like, I can't narrow it down. I have to like
There's
maybe
a lot of
genreize
stuff
it.
that I do love.
Yeah.
Like, and if I go back all the way to the beginning, if you haven't seen some of the classics, you need to start there, my guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I might make this of just like good ones that may not be completely top, but like they're worth watching just because there's some like solid moments. So for horror, have you ever seen His House?
no.
Watch His House. That one's got
It's his house.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
in the
Is
middle
this-
of our street, our house. No, opposite vibe of that. Yeah, very opposite vibe of that.
Oh.
Good horror though. It's good.
good
Like
horror?
it's good creepy.
Yeah.
It's a good horror.
Yeah, good
Yeah, you got to have you a good horror every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So it's good, and there's a good just twist in the middle where it just you're like, oh my god. that
I
was-
like something that fools me because there's often too
Oh,
many
that
times
will.
that I'm just like, I know everything. But
That
it's
one
just
will.
Too apparent.
because it goes forward and back. So it's about a couple of African, I forget exactly which country from Africa. They immigrate to England, and they live in this house that turns out to be haunted. And then it also gives the backstory of how they got there. And the backstory of how they got there is not what you expect.
Interesting.
And it's so much more just like, oh my god,
his story.
it's good. His House. I'll throw Klaus on there for the Christmas one. Klaus, good Christmas movie. Doesn't get mentioned a lot. It's got good ratings, I'm pretty sure, too, if you look it up. But it's newer. Very good,
Look at
though.
that. It's gonna be 2.
No. Solid. Klaus. Trying to think of an
It's hard, right?
Yeah, it is
You're
very
judging
hard.
me on number 5.
No, I got it. I'm just trying to think of which direction to go with it. 'Cause I got my horror. I'm just trying to think comedy-wise. Man, I don't know. Napoleon Dynamite's just sticks in my brain pretty hard on a regular basis.
Gosh.
Freaking idiot. Call. Like he wants to call home because he wants chapstick and his lips hurt real bad. I don't feel very good. I don't know though. That might be honestly one of the best movies The Rock's been in. Is Get Smart. I forgot he was in that movie. He's a very side character, but Steve Carell, strong character in there. 40-year-old. You know what? I put 40-year-old virgin ahead of it because I remember watching that with my grandmother and we both horse laughed the whole time at that movie.
Those moments make it very fun.
They do, and it is just a good, funny movie.
Yeah.
So I'll throw 40-year-old virgin there.
Honestly, it was not like super filthy either. It was pretty wholesome for the most part of the movie.
Well, it had its moments.
I mean,
It has its
some comedy
moments.
movies though are just like it's
Yeah,
raunchy.
yeah. Well,
That one
we
wasn't too bad.
we watched it on. I'm pretty sure Comedy Central, and
Yeah.
they have to censor a little
Yeah,
bit of
yeah.
the time. So, dude, which it is a classic scene. The part where he's getting waxed, dude. She lost it. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. 40-year-old virgin. And then I'm going to bring it back. This is just kind of my top list here. This is kind of a top general list.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm going to bring it back to Jurassic Park, dude. Jurassic Park might be the perfect movie, in my opinion. Dinosaurs, good for kids, good for adults, great plot. Everything ties together.
I mean, that's one of my all-time favorite movies too.
Yeah. First one. I like all the others. I still watch them. Excuse me. Can't compete with the first.
I love the first 3 very specifically because of just growing up, the nostalgia. But the first one is just so good.
Yeah. You know what movie I realized wasn't on here in any of the top 50? None of the Harry Potter movies. I kind of get it, though.
Every time I've ever watched Harry Potter, I've been forced to watch it by a woman. So,
Well, see, I rewatched all of them at Christmas. That's what I did. I didn't watch Christmas movies. I rewatched all the Harry Potter movies. They still hold up. They're still good. It's just they don't there's not. I mean, there's some that are better than others, but it's just good to take in as a series.
I never thought they were bad. Honestly, I kind of liked them pretty good. It's just I would never consider them in my top caliber.
I think that's fair.
You kind of need all of them for it to be the best story.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
you
what I'm saying. They're
right.
good. It's almost like taking in a series.
Right.
Yeah.
it has to be consumed together, or it doesn't be consumed at all.
I was trying to make sure there was none of these that I missed.
You gotta eat the soup. You can't just eat the salt. Like,
And my last one, I actually forgot about that one. I'm just going to mention it because it needs to get mentioned if we're talking about movies. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
that's a solid.
That's a solid one. If I couldn't pick the 40-year-old version,
We need
Monty Python
we need some
would be
new
up
Monty
there.
Pythons. Out
We
in the
do.
world.
That's a good one though. Where was it though? Oh, there it is. Finally, a Harry Potter movie at 177. Gran Torino was good too. Did you ever see Gran Torino?
Yeah, that was really good.
That's a good one. No, I'm going to go. Dang it, I missed it up here.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Where was it?
Dude, you're drowning.
Also,
in
the
that
Planet of
list.
the Apes movies were good.
I actually never watched any of those.
Those are good. You can watch those all. Oh, that's what it was. I got to put The Dark Knight on there because that's probably the one movie that if I was stuck on an island and I had to pick one movie that I could just rewatch over and over again and probably not get like super bored of it. It'd be that one. Yeah. Where is Commissioner Gordon? Where is Rachel? Where is she? Your head gets all fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 5. I'm just going to recommend the 5. The His House one is the one that's a little
His
out of
House.
the way, and if you're looking for
His
a good
House
horror
is
movie
cool.
with a good little twist, that's the kicker.
That's the kicker.
That's the kicker.
Those are good. I've
Yeah.
watched most of those. I haven't watched.
I haven't seen one movie on your list, but I kind of want to see all of them.
Oh man, dude,
That's
I know some good movies, bro.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You said now
I like
take it
some weird
easy
things, though.
on one day a week. I go like 3 times a week to the movies.
Yeah.
So you a movie watcher. I like it.
Yeah, I do watch quite a bit, and it's not always 3 times a week. But when some good stuff's in there,
Yeah, you gotta
I'll
go.
really hit it.
Might as well. It's a good deal.
Yeah,
All right, my dog's moaning for us, so
we gotta go.
she's
better.
whining. Yeah. All right, take care, y'all.
Yeah, take care, y'all.
You don't want to like, share, subscribe?
Yeah.
JK, LOL, like, share, subscribe. Love you.
Yeah, let's invite you to do that because we like talking about stuff, and it really helps us figure out what you want to hear. So,
If you got some things you do want to hear from us too, leave it in the comments, and we probably will talk about it. Always looking for new stuff.
we're
so.
professional yappers.
We are. Big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big dog.
All right.
Big time. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm leaving that in.
That's fine.